Jooles, and this is my podcast, So Sweet Violet, all about my crafty life. I never know actually what to say there, but crafty life it is. This podcast is my 1 year anniversary podcast, and I have something exciting to share with you later. But before we get going, I just wanted to say you might notice a bit of a difference with this podcast because I have some new equipment. I recorded this podcast yesterday, but it was all a bit of a disaster, to be honest. So we'll see how today goes. I had sound issues. My computer kept going to sleep, so I couldn't see myself. The worst thing was my voice wasn't in sync with the video. So it was terrible and stressful. But there we go. So I'm here again today. I'm finding it quite hard because I want to look at myself on the screen so that I'm talking to somebody, but I have to look at the webcam on top of my laptop screen, which is just kind of a black thing. So it's a bit weird talking to a black thing. But we'll see. This was my present to my podcast for being 1 year old, which is really exciting. I never thought I'd get to 1 year old. I also bought, this is weird as well, everything on my screen is backwards. So it feels very strange. It's going to take me a while to get used to showing things. But let's try again. These are some new fairy lights as well. So I wanted to add a bit of twinkle and a bit of pretty to my craft room. So yes, happy birthday, So Sweet Violet podcast. Today is, what's today? The day is 14th of June, which is my mum's birthday. So I've just got back from taking her out for coffee and cake. Yesterday was Pete's birthday, so it's all been quite birthday-y here. We're all a bit tired, but we've had a really nice time. Probably a bit too much cake, if that is even possible. I had a really lovely birthday last Saturday. Bryony made me a gorgeous cake, which was delicious, and I'll show you a little pic of that later on. It was quite mellow. What did we do? I had a Liz Earle facial in the morning, which was bliss, and a back massage. And then, what did I do after that? Oh, I think I just did some knitting. I watched a bit of Once Upon a Time, which I'm really loving. I watched up to the 3rd season, I think, when it first came out. But it was something that Bryony and I used to watch together, and when she's busy we just don't get enough time to sit down together for an hour and watch an episode. So I decided, she kind of went off the idea of trying to watch it, so I decided to start from the beginning again. And I think there's like, I don't know, 5 seasons maybe, I'm not sure. But anyway, I'm up to the point on season 3 where I stopped watching, and so it's really exciting. I love it. It really fires my imagination. And then when I go out walking, I see all sorts of things. Today I saw, I think it was like a daddy long legs or dragonfly, and in my head I thought it was a little fairy, a little Tinkerbell. Anyway, so yes, that was my birthday, which was lovely. I should tell you where you can find me. You can find me on Instagram, where I'm most busy, although I've not been so busy lately. I've been a bit busy and don't know, just haven't enjoyed it quite as much. But I think that's when I get busy and a bit tired that it's kind of lower on my priorities. But yeah, I do love Instagram. You can also find me on Etsy, where I have a shop where I sell my project bags and stitch markers and lavender sachets and patterns and other bits and bobs. And we have a Ravelry group, which is called So Sweet Violet. And I think that's about it, really. No, it's not. You can also find the show notes for this podcast on my blog, which is sosweetviolet@blogspot.com, and I'll put a link just down below, so it'll take you straight to my blog and to all the show notes and any information that I may forget to say, which is quite likely in this episode, and just things I mention, links to people and shops and things. So yes, let's get going. Need some coffee. This is my decaf coffee, of course, but look at the mug. We have focusing now. Isn't that a gorgeous mug? This is from my best friend, and my best friend lives in Australia, which breaks my heart a bit that we can't be together, but she'll always be my best friend. And the TMD on here stands for truly, madly, deeply, because that's how much we love each other, and we always used to say, love you TMD. I'm just going to have a quick sip. There's something underneath this mug which is almost, if not more special than the writing on the front. So I'll just drink a bit more so I can show you. Can you see that? Always A, and 2 kisses. And my best friend's called Angie. So I love this mug, and it's really very, very special and dear to me. And whenever I use it, I'll think of my best friend Angie. So thank you, Angie, if you're watching. I adore it, and I feel very lucky to have you as my best friend. Isn't it beautiful? I love the little flowers. It's looking a bit paler actually. I noticed yesterday when I recorded, oh, it's tricky, that everything looks a little, oh, that was a door slamming upstairs, a little bit paler on this new webcam. And I did fiddle with the settings. I found that the colours were paler, the background was a bit washed out, so I've had a play with the settings. So I'm really hoping that I can get this right. So this is the best I can get it for this time. But hello Mabel, here's my little puppy dog. But hopefully next time I'll improve it even more. Anyway, so that's my lovely mug. Let's move on to finished things. Well, as you can see, I'm wearing my finished 3-colour cashmere shawl, and I'm super pleased I persevered. I really love it. Let me take it off. It's absolutely boiling today. I think it's probably like 25 outside now, so it's really too hot to wear a shawl, but obviously I had to wear it after knitting it, and I have to be a proper podcaster. So here we go. Let me show it to you. And in fact, saying about the colours, this looks exactly on the screen like I see it in real life. Look at that pretty lace section. Let's see if I can get it to focus. That lace section probably took me almost as long as the whole shawl put together, but it is really pretty. I love it. It's long. I always seem to have a bit of trouble with shawls, that this edge along the top here tends to be very tight. So on this shawl, at the beginning of every row, I did a knit one and a yarn over, and at the end of every row I slipped the yarn over off. It does give a much stretchier edge, I found, so that's a really good thing that I'm going to keep doing. The yarn is called, best thing to do if you want to know more information is to go to my Ravelry project page for this, and I've called this my birdie butterfly shawl, but all the information is on the project page. But the yarn I used was called Bar Savannah. I think it was 80% merino, 20% nylon, but I could be wrong, and I can't remember the colour names either. So if you do want to know any information, just pop along to my project page for this. I've called it my birdie butterfly shawl because this is the yarn that I purchased when I met the very, very lovely Rhonda, who's Birdie Butterfly, who I mention every podcast. When I was at Disney World, she came to pick me up, and we went on a little trip to the most amazing yarn shop called Four Pearls, and we both bought the same yarn to knit the same shawl. And so this is called my, did I see some cotton? Maybe not. Oh yeah, look there. This is called my Birdie Butterfly shawl because it reminds me of Rhonda. So I think that's everything I need to tell you. Blocking was amazing for this because it really stretched out the lace and made it look 100 times prettier than even before it was blocked. But I love it, and maybe I'm a shawl knitter after all. Okay, so my second finished thing are a pair of socks. Bunny love. Oh, they're so cute. I never get over how cute these bunnies are. So now this is where I'm going to struggle a little bit. Okay. So these are my these are my Sweet Violet socks, and this yarn was so kindly dyed for me by Karen of Twisted Limon. We did a swap a couple of months ago maybe, and she sent me a gorgeous self-striping ball of yarn for a bag that I sent her, but she also dyed me up this exclusive Sweet Violet colourway, which is so pretty and really, really thoughtful and sweet of her. Isn't that gorgeous? And I love these socks. I had an issue with the heel, to be honest. I didn't want to mess the stripes up, so I decided to put in an Afterthought heel. I was going to do a Fish Lips Kiss heel, but I didn't have a contrast colour that I thought would complement it. Nothing really seemed to go with it, and I didn't want to take the beauty away from the yarn. So anyway, I decided to do an Afterthought heel, and I've done this heel once before and didn't like it. And I did this heel on here, and it was so tight across this bit of my sorry, it's really hard to point at things. Everything's backwards. It's weird. Yeah, so it's very tight across this part of my foot, and I wasn't quite sure what to do. But then Bryony said to me, why don't you unpick the heel and re-knit it again, but adding some more plain rows in between the decrease rows? And I thought that was genius. For somebody who doesn't knit, I thought that was really intelligent. So that's what I did. I added, I think originally it was a decrease row, a plain row, decrease row, a plain row. So I added 2 plain rows between every decrease row, which made the heel deeper. And it certainly fits really well now. It looks a little bit odd on the blocker because it's a bit baggy here, but actually on my foot it fits perfectly. And I absolutely love them. They're really special socks. Oh, look at that bunny. So cute. I'll never tire of these bunnies. Hang on. I see I'm having real trouble. They are cute, aren't they? So yes, I have 2 pairs. No, I have 2 lovely socks. Karen's yarn, by the way, is gorgeous. It's so soft, and the stripes are so clean and spot on. I can't wait to use the other skein that she's given me. So yes, so they're my Sweet Violet socks. Love them. In the making. Okay, so you probably know what my first project is going to be, and I'm still so in love with it. It's my happy patchwork blanket. Look at it on the screen. Makes me love it even more. It's not quite as bright on the screen actually, especially the yellow. Maybe if I pull it away. It's a bit brighter in real life, so I do need to adjust my colour still, I think. But look, it's a square again. Can you see it all? So it's a square again, but you can see the middle 4 squares which are here, these 4 squares here. So they're not in the middle, so I need to do some more working around so they end up in the middle again. But oh, isn't it pretty? Oh, I do absolutely adore this. So every one with a stitch marker is a new square, and you know me, I'm quite rubbish at remembering, but I can remember a few of them. This is one of Amy's yarns, who is Little Tailoress. It's very pretty, but I can't for the life of me think of the colour. This is from the lovely Kay Jones. This is from Sweet Sparrow Yarns, and it's called Shy Violets. This one has to be, let's see if I can get it closer. This one in the centre here just has to be my favourite colour yarn. It's much warmer actually than it's showing up on the screen, and it's so pretty. And that is a Nora George yarn from the gorgeous Tracy. I don't know the name of it, but I'm going to ask her, I think, if she can dye me up enough for some kind of garment, because it's gorgeous. Oh, I love it. This one here, this is BB's Blanket by Kay from the Bakery Bears, which is gorgeous. It's based on her daughter's lovely cosy blanket. This one I'm not sure. This one came in a mini skein set, I think from the lovely Helen, who is the Antan Tetherer. This one here, which looks really cute, is another one of Amy's yarns, the Little Tailoress, and it's called Lace and Lingerie, I think. Not sure, but beautiful. Not sure, but beautiful. This is Herb's Black Regina in Rose Hip, and I knit my Strawberry Field socks out of that. This, I believe, is another one of Helen, who's Yantan Tetherer's yarns. And oopsie, this one at the end was the Wool Barn. Can't remember the colour, but it's super pretty. And some of these, including this one and this one, were gifted to me from Caroline, who is Seaside Girl Knits, and we are doing a little swap. In fact, I've received my swap package, but I'm very, very slow at the moment, so poor Caroline's still waiting for hers, but it will be on its way soon, Caroline, I promise. But she sent me the most gorgeous little bag of minis and lots of other things, so I've been really enjoying knitting them in. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, let's see. Oh, gorgeous. Really, really love that. So that's my first in the making. I'm sorry, I keep looking at the screen again. I'm trying very, very hard to look at the camera. My second in the making. Now, I've been loving this. This is my breathing space sweater, which I started back, I think, in end of July time. And as you may know, if you've been watching my podcast for a while, last year was a dreadful, dreadful year from that time onwards. It was when my big brother was very poorly, in and out of hospital. And I can remember really enjoying it at the time because I felt like it was giving me breathing space. But after everything that happened and him passing away, I just couldn't face knitting on it at all. I felt like it was just filled with sadness, really. And sorry, I'm back. And so I just didn't get it out. And in my head, it had become this thin, see-through garment that I was knitting, full of sad. And I very, very nearly unravelled the whole thing. But I got it out and had a good look. and I thought this jumper deserved to have some happy knit in it. So that's what I've been doing, and I've been working a lot on it. And when I took it out, it wasn't a thin, horrible thing I was making, not see-through at all. And it's really beautiful. Oops, my coffee. So I've got quite far, as you can see. It's a bit warmer in colour again than you're seeing. The yarn is from the lovely Maya at the Wool Barn, and it has silky singles. And this colour here, the main colour, is it soft? I think it's soft lilac. Was it mauve? Let me check. So this colour here is light mauve, and it's 70% superwash merino, 30% silk, and this is a crema, and they're absolutely beautiful. Very pretty, much warmer in real life, colour wise, but I've got so far. I think I need to put it on a bigger, I need to put my bigger cable needle round so that I can try it on. But I've got one more contrast stripe to do down here, and then it's just the lovely mauve colour, which I would say it's dusky rose, but who am I to argue with the amazing Maya? So yeah, I really love it. Isn't it pretty? I can't wait to wear it. I do have one issue in that, I don't know if you can, oh, I've got hair on me, if you can see that little hole there, which is a bit annoying, and I wasn't going to rip back just because of that, but I think if I just put a little stitch, I think that will sort it out. It's really soft as well, and I'm a bit of a wimp with yarn. I'm so sensitive, that's my problem. So yes, I'm really, really, really loving knitting on that. And did I mention what it was called? I'm not sure I did. It's The Breathing Space by Vera Valimaki. I think I'm going to make mine a tiny bit longer, just to come down a tiny bit more. But I'll see how I go, and I think I may also do long sleeves. So then it gives me the option of rolling them up for 3/4 or having them down, and I can have it long sleeves or 3/4 then. I think makes more sense. And I do have extra yarn, so that should be fine. So that's my work in progress, my other work in progress that I'm really enjoying. I haven't done much on my thread folk embroidery this time, so I'm not going to show you that. It hasn't really changed that much because I've been just wanting to knit on this. And this bag was also purchased when I went on my day out with Rhonda. I got it from Four Pearls. It was so lovely. Llama Rama. It's really big as well, so it's lovely. Next up are my June socks. I haven't got too far on these socks, but I wanted to show you because the yarn is beautiful. There we go. Isn't that yarn pretty? It's actually a little bit more green than that. That's the back, so you can see. Oh, so gorgeous. And I'm knitting these toe up with my whirlwind toe as always. And this yarn, let me untangle it. And this yarn is Hedgehog Fibres in Down by the River colourway. It's beautiful, and this was gifted to me by my lovely Rhonda. The pattern I'm knitting, well, I'm kind of just making my own pattern, my recipe, my sock recipe pattern. I'm adding in the texture pattern from the Sugar Frost socks, which is a pattern by Marianne, who is Vanilla Wool. She has some gorgeous patterns, but I really love this. This is the third pair of these I've made, and it's a really simple Really, really simple 4-row repeat. So it keeps your attention because every 4 rows you do something, but it's really simple, really relaxing, and I think looks really amazing. Just a lovely simple pattern. It seems to hug your foot as well because it has a tiny bit of stretch. But yes, I really love those. As I say, I've not done too much, but they'll get some love because they're going to be my June socks, and I have managed to make a pair of socks every month this year, I think. Yep, and extras. So these are my June. Okay, what else is in the making? Oh, I did start another pair of socks. And you might recognise this gorgeous bag from Amy, who is the little tailoress who I absolutely adore. And this is her yarn as well. And this colourway is much greener in a real life. And this is her colourway, bluebells and beech leaves, I believe. Beech leaves and bluebells, and it's much greener in real life and absolutely beautiful. Anyway, I decided to knit one of Olivia, who is This Handmade Life on Instagram, and her feed is beautiful. And she has some sock patterns and they're all Miss Marple themed. These are her At the Vicarage socks. So I decided to knit them out of this gorgeous variegated yarn. But if I show you on one of my sock blockers, this shows me that you have to be very careful what yarn you choose for individual patterns, because let me show you this. It's very pretty, but you can see that the pattern isn't showing up very well on the socks. So individually the yarn is gorgeous and the pattern is gorgeous, but together they're just not working. So I'm going to unpick these. I just wanted to show you that I had knitted that for some weird reason. So I'm going to unpick them and knit a different pair of socks with this yarn and find some yarn for this lovely pattern so that it shows off both of them to their best ability, because they're both beautiful. So that was a bit of a fail, but you live and learn, don't you? Magical arrivals. I have literally been spoilt rotten lately. It was my birthday last weekend, and I just want to say thank you so much. There's a fly buzzing around here and it's very annoying. Anyway, I just want to say thank you so much for all of your kind messages. It really made my day super special. I had cards and gorgeous messages and kind gifts, and I literally felt like a queen for the day. I got so many lovely things. I can't possibly show you all of them, but I'm going to show you just a few things that were gifted to me. First up is this pretty bracelet. Isn't it sweet? And that was from my lovely friend Dawn, who is Danger Mouse on, I think, Ravelry, and it's so pretty, and she made that for me. So I look like a really weirdly holding my arm, but I just wanted to show you all the charms. It's so cute. It has a little J and a bumblebee and a little violet glass stone. Oh, it's so sweet. Thank you, Dawn. I don't know where to start. So many lovely things. Okay, I received this beautiful picture from my gorgeous friend Heather. Isn't that pretty? Look, it's Mabel in violet. It's a much warmer violet in real life. Oh, it's so gorgeous. It's like when we go walking in the woods. Honestly, Heather is so sweet. And it came from, excuse me, it came from Sean Summerhays. And look at her little business card. How cute is that? Look at that cute card. Isn't that sweet? So that's Sean Summerhays, and she has an Etsy shop and she's on Instagram. So I'll put the links in my show notes. Isn't that gorgeous? She also sent me some yarn as well, so I was very spoiled. Bryony got me this gorgeous jar. Let me see if I can, I hope it shows up. And I hope you can see the bee. There's it's a glass jar with a bee here. It shows up a little bit, doesn't it? And all the honeycomb. And there's bees on the top as well. And if the jar wasn't lovely enough, she also bought me a set of minis from Etsy for my blanket. And these minis were called Pina Colada. And we do love Pina Colada. Oh, aren't they pretty colours? So gorgeous. I don't know where she actually got these, but if anyone's interested, I'm sure I can find out. But they're so pretty. Look at this one. Oh, how pretty. The good thing, hello, I'm here. The good thing about having the focus thing is that you can see closely what I'd like to show you, but it also focuses on my nails, which are not focusing in worthy. She also got me this one, which is the colourway is Fred and George's Fireworks. So that was so sweet of her, because she's not a knitter, so she doesn't know a huge amount about yarn, but that was such a lovely present. And George bought me a lens for my iPhone, because I don't really use a big camera anymore, I just use my iPhone. And this lens is a macro lens and a widescreen lens, so I can do lots of other exciting things with my iPhone camera now. I also received lots of yarny presents, but I'm just going to show you a couple. This yarn here was one of the skeins from my gorgeous Rhonda. So this is from Rhonda, and it's a Knox yarn. I love Knox yarn. She has the prettiest pastel colours, and this one is called, I think it's Bifrost. It's so pretty. Love it. Rhonda does spoil me rotten. So that was from Rhonda. And the lovely Antonella sent me this beautiful bag that she made. It's really big as well and so pretty. And inside she sent me some cat sandwich fibres yarn, which has been on my yarny wish list for a very long time. But she also sent me this, and this is her own hand-dyed yarn. That's the prettiest colour, isn't it? She's called it Strawberry Wine, and it's absolutely gorgeous. It's so delicate. It's like watercolour on yarns, which is my favourite look. I love the kind of pastely watercoloury colours. And she dyed this herself, and she's not been doing it long, and I think it's absolutely amazing. Oh, it's heavenly. And also it's organic, which is exciting. 80% merino, 25%. How can it be 80 and 25? I'm no mathematician. It's 80% merino and 20% nylon, and it's 115 yards. And I adore it. So Antonella, thank you so much. And thank you so much, Rhonda, and thank you so much, Heather and Bryony and George and Dawn, and all. I've received so lovely minis, and I've literally been showered with gifts and kind words, and I have such a big head right now. So thank you ladies. It's so sweet to me. And then yesterday my gorgeous friend Chrissy, who is Chrissy Crafts, popped round with my birthday gift. And what she gave me literally blew my mind. Look at this. Look at that. Isn't that so beautiful? And she embroidered this for me, and it's obviously my logo, but oh, it's so pretty. Let me see if I can show you the... Ooh, it's very tricky. Don't know. if you can catch that, but it's beautiful ribbon embroidery. There you go. Oh my goodness, she is so clever. It's so delicate. And a few years ago she made me a cushion, but Mabel nibbled the edge. Luckily not the embroidered section, so I can repair it, but I must do that. And that was so beautiful, and I can't believe she made me this to go on my wall. It's so cute, even with the little bee. Look at that little bee. She's so clever. Oh, all perfect colours and everything. So Chrissy, you blew my mind. Thank you. And we had a lovely sit outside just for like 10 minutes or something. She was literally just passing, but it was so lovely. Yes, I'm very, very spoiled, and I feel very blessed and very lucky. So thank you very much. Okay, so that's all about me, but now I want to thank you. Thank you for being a follower on my podcast, for commenting, for being so sweet, so kind, very understanding, just beautiful, lovely people. So I'd like to announce a giveaway, my 1 year podcast anniversary. So it's 1 year on the 8th of June since I started doing these podcasts, and I really cannot believe that. But to start the story, I met a lovely, lovely lady. Was it last week or the week before? Recently. And that was Amy, who is the little tailoress. And we met at this really lovely cafe in kind of a vintage. It's a big building with lots of separate rooms, and each separate room sells things from different sellers. So there's lots of vintage things, garden things, some new things, crafted things. And anyway, we met in the coffee shop and we had a drink and a scone, and we literally did not stop talking and laughing. She is a joy to be around. Really, I had such a super lovely time, and the time just flew when we had our coffee and a scone, and we exchanged gifts, which is what I'm going to show you in a minute. And then we had a wander around the shop, and we got back in our car, and both of us looked at our dashboard, and the time, we couldn't believe it. We were there for hours and we just had such a nice time. She is truly a sweetheart. She's lovely on her podcast, but even lovelier, if that's imaginable, in real life. Anyway, we took some gifts, and her gift to me was this sweet little horse that she'd made. I'm going to see if I can get it to focus, which could be tricky. Isn't he beautiful? Anyway, Amy gifted this to me. She made it for me, which is so sweet and kind. Anyway, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that I keep seeing white horses and imagining they're unicorns. That's too much once upon a time, by the way. And she said to me, I think it's your spirit animal. So this is why she made this for me. And so for the giveaway, the question I'm going to ask is about spirit animals, but I just wanted to show you this. But now I'll show you the prize that you can win. So this is the prize. One of my bags in my new rainbow design. It's brighter in real life, again, as I keep saying, and it has a little cloud. No, it's this side. A little cloud. So it has a little cloud with some sequin raindrops. Lovely rainbow patchwork here, gorgeous yellow tassel, and same on the back without the cloud. And inside we have some lovely extras from the gorgeous Amber, who we all love. And Amber kindly donated these to my podcast a while ago, actually. But you will also win a skein. This is her little sock kit. And it's 2 skeins of yarn. I believe this is 50 grams and this is 20 grams. And the colour is Dancing in the Dark. Oh, how pretty. Look at those colours. Absolutely gorgeous. Blues and violets and purples. So, oops. So you can win those along with the bag. And also a set of Amber's really sweet stitch markers, all made of glass beads, not bees, has got a bee on it. I'm going to attempt to show you these. And there her stitch markers. Oh, that was smooth, wasn't it? Behind this one is a little bumblebee. Oh, excuse my nails. There we go. So that is the prize for whoever wins my 1 year pod anniversary giveaway. Now I'm going to open a thread in our Ravelry group. So my question is, can you tell me what your spirit animal is? And if you don't know, I've never really thought about it, let me know what you'd like it to be. You let your imagination run wild, and I can't wait to read all your responses. So yes, so that's the prize, and I'll draw it. Oops, right way round would be good, wouldn't it? And I'll draw the winner on my next episode, which will probably be a couple of weeks, but we will see, hey? So that's my giveaway. Normally I put in just some chatter section, which is my new name, but I think I've chatted the whole podcast really, so the only thing to put in my just some chatter thread that I haven't already spoken about, well I sort of have, but is I'm going to put a picture of my birthday cake that Bryony made for me. It was a coconut and lime cake and it was really delicious, so I'll put a pic in here of that. The flowers look super pretty, don't they? But actually they taste really horrible. She bought them from a shop and they look like they're going to taste sweet, but they were just nasty. But the cake was amazing and the icing is so zingy and fresh. Shop news. My next shop update will be on Friday the 30th of June at 6 p.m. BST, UK time. I think that's British summertime, yeah. And I am trying to do an update the last Friday of every month. I think that seems to work quite well, whether it will stay that way or not, but for now that's what it is. And in my shop update there will be some rainbow bags, just like this one in the giveaway, with the pretty cloud and the sequin raindrops. They will all have different fabrics. I have well, as you can imagine, I have a big stash of fabric, so I've just been stash diving and found all the most beautiful ones to do the stripes with. I think they'll have different colour tassels, and I think they will have different colour zips. They will have 2 pockets inside. Let me see if I can open it. There we go, 2 pockets inside. Can't use my hands properly. No, it's this one. There we go. 2 pockets inside, and it will have my little tab, and it will have a silver ring on as well. I must apologise for my last shop update, because in my podcast I said that the bee bags would have the tab and the silver ring, and actually they didn't. So I did change it on the listing, but I'm sure most people who bought them didn't have a chance to read the listing to find that out, so I do apologise about that. It was totally my mistake. So there'll be quite a few of these. It won't be a massive update because this month's been a bit crazy busy. I've also got a new exciting product, which is this, which is my little notions pouch. I've been wanting to do a notions pouch for a while, but just trying to get a nice shape and something a bit different. So yes, that's my little notions pouch, and it's got the cloud. It's fully lined, as you can see. I don't know if they'll all have this lining, but they'll have pretty lining. And also this one's got some white velvet ribbon, but the ones when I put them in my shop, they will have thin rope ties like my podgy drawstring bags, so they'll have that. So they are my little notions pouches, and they match the rainbow bags. I will also have rainbow stitch markers and hopefully some rainbow lavender sachets. There'll also be some Make-A-Wish, Progress Keeper and stitch marker sets. Maybe some others, but that's basically it. What else did I want to say? I think that was it. So that's Friday the 30th of June at 6 p.m. BST. Next month is a bit different. There may not be much of an update at the end of the month because I'm working on something super secret and super exciting that is stopping me sleeping at night, to be honest. I'm so excited. So that's something I'm going to share with you, I think, in my next podcast, but it's really exciting, so hold on to your hats. And also next month, I really want to write the pattern up for my hexagon cushion cover and possibly my hot water bottle cover, but we'll see. I might just focus on one because otherwise if I put too much pressure on myself, I end up doing none of them. So next month will be a bit quieter on the updates, but there will be the special exciting thing that I've just been hinting about. I think that's everything I needed to tell you about the shop update. I hope I've covered everything. I'm sure I'll stop recording and I'll think, needed to say that, but I think that's everything. So anyway, wishing you a really lovely time till I see you next, hopefully with lots of crafting, lots of sunshine, but not too hot. Lots of nice cool drinks and lots of love. See you soon. Bye.